what was the hardest part? Like when you think about your business, like the hardest challenging part that we all can learn from, like, you know?
I mean, when we first started, before we even opened, we were sitting together in the cafe prior to opening, and we're looking at the numbers, and we're like, we have to sell 100 banh mi's a day to break even. Just the thought of that was...
It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's very intimidating, especially Kun and I not having any restaurant experience and knowing what a typical banh mi shop puts out each day. We're like, we don't have any brand. We're new to this community. How are we going to do it? And we just continued to work hard, reinvested any of the money that we made from the restaurant back into marketing. Now we're here, you know, a year later, and we're doing 2 or 3 times that each day. So I was raised by just my mom. She came here as a single mom and just raised me alone. And in 2021, had COVID, and I was sick, just couldn't move for a couple of weeks. And I get a call from the hospital saying that your mom was just admitted, and we don't think that she's going to make it through the night. So you're going to need to come in. And I was like, at that time, it was during like COVID lockdowns. And they weren't letting anyone that was testing positive for COVID to come into the hospital. And I told them, and the doctor was like, you know, it's okay. Just come in. We're not going to test you, all that. So when I came in, she was actually unresponsive. Like she was just in a coma. And I had my time with her, just gave her like my life update and where I've been. And I have 2 kids as well. So just giving her an update on them, and said my goodbyes. And then like when I left, I think I got a call maybe a few hours later that she had passed.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
What's going on, my good people? My name is Rango Lee.
And this is Mylin Pham.
And welcome to Blessed Boaters, home of raw and uplifting stories of the human experience. Today, we got some very special guests in the house. They're restaurateurs, they're entrepreneurs, and they have the freshest, hottest, most innovative restaurant coming out to hit the Seattle food scene. SAIGON Drip!
Yeah.
Drip, drip.
How you doing, Kanandera?
We're doing great, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So share a little bit about how you guys met.
Shit. Oh, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we actually grew up in Section 8 housing. Kun was my neighbor. So I've known Kun his whole life.
Okay.
He was just this little boy running around and
Stealing car stereos and stuff?
We didn't get there yet. That comes later.
Oh.
I'll add on to that. I mean, I came to America in 1989. My next door neighbor was this dorky looking kid. I mean, comb over, bulging eyes, and shit, it happened to be this guy right here. That's sitting next to me. So that's how we met.
That's
And
cool.
35 years later, we're still here. So.
Wow, so you guys just looked at each other and knew it was
It was like
chemistry.
friendship, love at first sight.
Wow.
Which project was it?
This is
Springwood.
Springwood and Kent, yeah. So,
in
Oh,
Kent.
Springwood and Kent.
Oh.
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
So I think Kent at that time, they had 3 Section 8 there. They had Valley Key, Cascade, and Springwood. And we were in Springwood.
Man, no
about you
wonder.
guys?
That change explains a lot.
Yeah.
What does it explain?
Well,
I know, it explains a lot.
how much I vibe with them. I used to grow up in the Seattle housing project.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
called Cedarville. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
okay.
too.
Yeah,
Oh,
she-
no,
I was
here
in the
then.
Revistas, okay?
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh no,
housing
Springwood was the
kids.
hardest though. Springwood
Yeah.
was the hardest.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was tough,
it?
man.
Those hard Kent streets.
Yeah, but Kent is still pretty hard, you know, compared to other places too. So it's definitely evolving a lot. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
It
a
was,
lot.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, then Fong and Fu. I mean,
Yeah.
To your
you
two
know,
other partners, right? Fong
yeah,
and Fu.
yeah, and Hong too. So they, Fong and Fu, they actually used to come over to my house after school, and my dad used to teach them Vietnamese.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so this was early '90s, but it was fun. It was all community.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, there's a summer that we used to go to Fu's house every day.
Yeah.
For Golden Knife, for the shooter Golden Knife. So it was,
Oh, the James Bond?
James Bond.
Oh, yeah,
Bond.
Bond. Oh, that was the best.
What you know about that?
I wasn't very good, but I remember that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, every summer we'd run home from school, all gather up at Fu's house and just get on the sticks together.
Yeah.
So now that you guys know a little bit about Khan and then also about Dara, how did you meet Con and Dara?
I met Dara one time.
Uh-huh.
We met through a mutual friend, Brian, and then Con.
Why did you laugh
So I
first?
was in real estate, right? And you was
Yeah,
in real
yeah,
estate.
yeah.
So
I still
then
remember.
I would
we
go.
had a lunch date together.
Yeah, so I would go around show houses, and you have to leave your business card at the houses.
Uh-huh.
So I'll see his business card. I'm like, who's this little kid? Like, and I'm showing all the houses because your face, you look really young,
Yeah.
right? You look like 16 or something. And I was like, but he's showing a lot of houses though. So I was like, who is this guy? And then my brother, shout out to Big John. We were at a bar in Kent, and then he introduced me to you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, you're the kid in all the photos.
You're popular already.
He still uses that photo too. 15 years later.
15 years later.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
And then, just from there,
Yeah.
been hanging
Oh,
out.
how cool. And now we're all here together, you
Now we're all
guys.
here
Yeah.
together.
Full
There
circle,
you go.
huh?
I know it is.
We came far from the projects.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so, man, tell us, if someone who wanted to open a business, and you guys, man, obviously are doing great things.
Yeah.
You're all over social media. Like, what advice would you give them? Like, how do they get something this hot?
Yeah, so what was the inception of SAIGON Drip? Like, how
Yeah.
did you guys get motivated to start it together?
Well, I mean, we grew up together, and it was just a lot of partying in the younger days. So we're like, we've known each other for so long. We're kind of done with partying. What can we do to help advance? Yeah, are we? What can we do to help advance ourselves as well, but be able to do it together? And we just started meeting up at random coffee shops and just plotting and planning what we can do next. And Saigon Drip was born.
The inception.
Yeah.
You guys are making a big splash too in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
cool.
yeah, you're also a mortgage broker. So anyone needs any home loan refinances,
Boom.
There you
Dara's
go,
your guy.
Dara.
Rates, the lowest it's been in
Lowe's
1
been,
year.
hit up Dara.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Then-
agree.
And kind of, you're a superstar real estate broker,
Yep, he is.
like
Oh,
killing
no.
it.
And
Strong
his
listing
wife.
broker.
You know his wife, right?
So if you need a strong agent representing you, tough negotiator, hit up Con.
Thank you, Lynn. Thanks, Rango. No, I think even when we first started, Fu Fong Tong, they had restaurant experience.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So how, they asked me to locate them a space, and they actually Fu actually found a space himself driving around
Wow.
Pioneer Square. And so I negotiated the lease for us. And I said, hey, at that time, Dara and I was like, hey, what if we brought something of value to the team? Can we partner with you? And they said, oh, yeah. And that's how it started.
Why do you guys choose Pioneer Square?
I think for what it is, I mean, Fu's already been established there before, so he knows the local scene. But I think out of all the communities in Seattle, you have Leschi, you have Mount Baker, you have Fremont. I think Pioneer Square is probably the most eclectic, and it offers the most character out of all the communities. I mean, I live in Beacon Hill, but it's nothing like Pioneer Square. You see some new shit every single day.
Some new stuff every day.
You know what I mean? And I
Excitement.
think for us to be able to play a part to bring it back, or to at least it was decimated by COVID, and whatever part we could play to bring it back slowly, one day at a time. That's why we chose Pioneer.
That's very
Bringing
cool.
color back to Seattle,
To what it
to
was,
Pioneer
yeah.
Square, yeah, the way it was.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful restaurant too. The way you guys designed it and
It's
just the way it flows, it seems so like so nice.
Yeah, it's so fun, and I get to see
So
Taylor
fun.
Swift like every day. Every day, I get to see Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah, last time Lynn was there, we were taking shots of tequila.
Hey, well,
Yeah, your guys' banh mi drip, the banh mi dip
Yeah.
dish, that's so fire. And your chicken wings, like the Vietnam
Thank
fish
you.
sauce chicken wings, fire.
what was the inspiration behind all like the foods and the branding, the everything? What's the inspiration behind all that?
So the banh mi drip is an interesting story because it was actually created by one of our partners, Fu. He was very high at the time.
Ooh.
And he was like, yeah, what if we had a brisket banh mi and dipped it in pho broth? And that's how it was born.
He probably had some leftover by me, and then some leftover broth
Pho.
from pho broth somewhere. That's
So I got lazy.
yeah,
Oh.
it works.
Yeah, what we wanted to bring was a fast casual approach to Vietnamese cuisine. And the way I saw it was that, like, especially in that area, the demographic, if they only have 1 hour for lunch, it just takes so much time to go to a restaurant, be sat down,
Oh,
have to
yeah.
take an order. So being able to implement a self-service system for us has been very beneficial in that area because people can order within a couple minutes and get their meal in under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And to add, Dara is the architect behind all the menus, all the
Yeah,
ordering the
that's
POS
cool. Look at
and
the
everything.
gear
So
and
this
stuff.
is
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's the man
You're
behind
saying
all
it's
that.
all Dara?
That's mostly Dara, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it seems like everyone has like something to contribute to the
Yeah.
party, right? So
Yeah.
you two. And what's your role there? Can't besides just eating all the food all the time.
I'm pretty good at that.
Facebook.
You can't take that away from me. But I would say probably the problem solver. I think for the first problems that we had was kind of brand identity.
Yeah.
What did we want to be? What kind of environment did we want to foster? And what was the personal, what's the customer experience when they come in? And so for the first 4 months during the soft open up to like 3 months after grand opening, I was there and I ran the front of the house. I had my son making drinks in the back, and then food was in the kitchen with chef. And I'm a chatty Cathy. I'm a naturally chatty Cathy. So when customers come in, we know that since it's already self-service, they're already ordering food. But how do we add the extra human element to it? And so we just since we're not full service, that allows us the time to hey, how's your day? What are you up to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that just kind of took on a life of its own from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
when you come in, it's more like a house. It's like a homie's home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, come over and eat.
Well,
More as opposed to like a sit down.
yeah. Last time we was there, me and Kelly was there, and we were taking shots with you. So that's how welcome you were. I was like, yeah.
Very
I was like, I
welcoming.
don't know if I could get back to work now. Like,
He wants you to stay, okay, and spend more money.
I appreciate that. We're here now with Sheila Lavadia, my #1 loan gal. I've been using her and her team for 20 years. She never disappoints. Great interest rates, best service, fast pre-approvals. Got to check her out.
Wow, fast pre-approvals, competitive rates, and friendly customer service?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for having me here. Yes, whether it's your first-time home buyer or an experienced investor, I can definitely help you with the very competitive rates here, and I can teach you all about mortgages. So check me out at loansbysheila.com, and I will see you there.
Check her out.
If you're in the mood for an elevated Vietnamese food dining experience, check out Anchovies and Salt down there on the shores of Lake Washington. Beautiful views and beautiful vibes. You gotta try Saigon Drip for elevated Vietnamese cuisine, the newest, hottest restaurant to hit the Seattle scene. Make sure you order the banh mi dip, and on weekends, exclusively the bum bơ Huế soup. You won't be disappointed. Go get some now. If you're in the mood for delicious Vietnamese cuisine and pho, make sure you hit up Pho Bach. They have 2 locations in Seattle. Also, check out The Boat. They have this fire chicken and rice dish. You'll thank me later. What's going on, guys? My name is Rango Lee,
And I'm Elise Lee.
Am I Lynn Fan?
and we're the Powerhouse team. 3 local realtors that serve the Seattle Puget Sound area. If you need to buy or sell a house, we're your team.
Reach out to us and we'll help you find your dream home in Seattle.
Call us. We got you.
We got ya.
Got you.
What's the secret sauce to a successful business? I mean, we all want to know, right? I mean, you guys are here today because we want to know the dish and the drip.
I think I think the secret sauce is just the human element, but then more importantly, it's having a team that kind of could mesh together. Each person doing each individual role and knowing what we're good at. I didn't know what I was good at prior to starting. I didn't know anything about the restaurant industry besides eating. I did that pretty well.
Yeah.
But that's all I was good at. But coming into it, to kind of bring in some marketing. Dara does the tech, the admin, food, Tong, they do Fong, they do the operations, and how to streamline the process for our restaurant and how we could further develop the brand as well. So
Nice.
each person has their own integral part in the organization.
Yeah.
cool.
I love how you guys are, I could say you guys are like Vietnamese fusion maybe, like kind of food where you're elevating the Vietnamese culture, food, and making it different than what we would get at a normal Vietnamese restaurant. And plus, you guys are really good at like marketing. Like, look at your guys' shirts it's really nice. I need to get me one of those.
Oh, yeah.
What size are you? I'll get
I'm
you
a
one.
medium.
Are you gonna drop
Need
some
it?
drop
sure.
some merch
We'll
here?
get you
Hell
some
yeah.
merch.
Hell yeah.
We
The
can
hat's
merch.
cool.
We got to get you some.
We'll
What
trade
size are
merch.
you?
We trade. We just started making arts
no.
too. So
Hell yeah.
we'll trade some merch.
We drop some off next week, dog?
We'll get some new designs for you.
There you go.
We'll get some
Okay.
new designs.
Hell
for you.
yeah.
There's like 4 of us here, okay? 4 of us here, okay?
Okay.
Can we get some drip too?
You can.
We'll exchange some merch, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. So I know that with the restaurant business, it's not always easy. We always hear the good stuff. We always see the glam.
Yeah.
Okay. But what was the hardest part? Like when you think about your business, like the hardest, challenging part that we all can learn from, like.
I mean, when we first started, before we even opened, we were sitting together in the cafe prior to opening, and we're looking at the numbers, and we're like, man, we have to sell 100 banh mi's a day to break even.
Oh wow.
And just the thought of that was,
It's intimidating.
yeah, it's very intimidating, especially Kun and I not having any restaurant experience and knowing what a typical banh mi shop puts out each day. We're like, we don't have any brand. We're new to this community. How are we going to do it? And we just continued to work hard, reinvested any of the money that we made from the restaurant back into marketing. And I mean, now we're here, a year later, and we're doing 2 or 3 times that each day. So
Nice.
Very exciting. Yeah, because you guys are also in the Seahawks Stadium too, right? I see you guys
Yep.
in that, and that's big. During
everywhere.
Seahawks games, you guys are.
Yeah. We were very fortunate in that sense. But I would say even just starting out, the biggest hurdle that we had to overcome was we knew that we wanted to do banh mi, but banh mi's, let's say you go down the street to Little Saigon or Chinatown, banh mi's are $6, $7. How do we get over that hurdle or this perception that banh mi should be
Like dirt
like
cheap.
a low price item?
Yeah.
You're looking at a baguette, you're at 72 cents. You're looking at the meat, the daikon, the cilantro, the pate, the labor,
Yeah.
all that, and if you're selling for $6, it doesn't make any economical sense to do so.
No.
And that's why I think for us, we really want to elevate not just our restaurant, but the whole Vietnamese cuisine as a whole. And that's the only way to do it, because even now at $10, it's it's a steal.
Yeah, right? Oh man.
Yeah,
But
Oh my gosh.
for
yeah.
sure.
yeah, I think that was our biggest hurdle. But just getting people to, getting the consumer to see the value in Vietnamese cuisine, that was their biggest hurdle starting out. But hey, now I think people are starting to identify that, hey, Vietnamese cuisine is no joke.
And you guys get a lot of money from catering also, right? Because I see a lot of you guys as like people hire you guys to cater their events, and you guys are making hundreds of sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah, this morning I just left Lumen Field for the rain, women's soccer rain, and then
Wow.
we had an order for Amazon Day 1 just a little bit early, right before I came here.
So do you feel like the most of your profits in your business, is it more like the catering, or just the in and out traffic on the daily, or like, if people had a business kind of similar to your dynamic, right? Like where would most of the profits be coming, in what avenue?
I would say the profit margins are coming the most from catering.
From catering.
Because it's just a lot less overhead.
Okay.
In terms of like staffing for operations and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our catering business has grown exponentially over the last year. We're opening up our centralized kitchen shortly, so we're pretty excited for that.
Where's this going to be
Exciting.
located?
Expanding.
Oh, is that the one that I saw where you guys are doing like a whole bunch of construction on right now?
No,
no?
that's a different one, but this one's right around the corner. You
Oh.
probably right on 2nd Avenue. So you ever walk to the stadium? It's that little, it used to be a gyro store.
Yeah.
Wait, so that building you're expanding, or how's?
That would be the centralized kitchen for the catering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it gets kind of messy.
Oh,
when
it gets
you
too
have-
crazy to have all that catering inside
Yeah,
the
yeah.
restaurant right now. Oh,
Operations,
okay,
yeah.
got
Gotcha,
it. And I
gotcha.
hear that a lot of restaurant would open another location somewhere else to kind of handle the volume of stuff that you guys
The
need to do.
Kitchen.
Even for like big orders, sometimes, especially in the morning, it just fills up the whole restaurant with all of our catering orders, and
Oh, okay.
there's just nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
That's good. That's a good problem to have,
problem.
right?
Yes. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
for the audience out there that do own restaurants, how do you guys get such good catering accounts like that?
Yeah.
Because that's not easy to do. Like get those
No.
big,
Yeah.
massive accounts.
Have a good guy like this
Yeah,
guy.
like a good sales
community
rep
outreach.
right here.
Community
I
outreach.
would say we were very fortunate too. Just right when we started, Dara, we had the Alliance bring some of the chefs over, and I think just relationship building, and then I think that's probably number one. When the chefs at Lumen came over and we said, "Hey, you guys like our banh mi's?" We brought them some more samples over time. We followed up, and we eventually were able to be in for the grab and goes, which has been tremendous for us to grow.
Yeah, so
that business.
networking, being a good person, you know, all that.
And plus having damn good food too.
Yeah,
helps.
it's good. So it's not like,
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna
Sure.
come back because it's good.
Consistency,
You know, they're not
right?
gonna just order one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
That's
good.
nice. Okay.
Okay, so I know we're talking about business stuff and stuff, but also let's talk about life stuff. So I know it wasn't easy getting here, just a journey in business or in life. So can you guys share with us a little hard life experience that happened to you guys when you're younger that shaped you to who you are today? So the audience know, like, you know, they're not alone, you know, that if you guys can get through it, they can get through it.
So besides business, you know, like just life in general, like what can you share with us?
I think for me, I mean, not going too far back, but in 2021, well, I was raised by just my mom. She came here as a single mom and just raised me alone. And in 2021, I had COVID. And I was sick, just couldn't move for a couple weeks. And I get a call from the hospital saying that your mom was just admitted and we don't think that she's going to make it through the night. So you're going to need to come in. And I was like, at that time it was during like COVID lockdowns. And they weren't letting anyone that was testing positive for COVID to come into the hospital. And I told them, and the doctor was like, you know, it's okay. Just come in. We're not going to test you, all that. So when I came in, she was actually unresponsive. Like she was just in a coma. And I had my time with her, just gave her like my life update and where I've been. And I have 2 kids as well. So just giving her an update on them and said my goodbyes. And then like when I left, I think I got a call maybe a few hours later that she had passed.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
So I mean, that was the hardest kind of time for me. And it made me realize that, like, number one, sometimes we often overlook the support that we have in our lives. And I didn't really realize that until she was gone, that it was kind of just me now. Like the person that I always looked to for advice was no longer there. So I had to kind of grow up a little bit, you know, and become a better person and look for ways to advance in my life and be a better father for my kids as well. So I think that's probably, and I'm still working through it. So I think that was the biggest challenge in my life, just trying to get through life without that chaperone there.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing and opening
that.
up about that. That's man, that's yeah, I could relate because I lost my mom too 3 years back.
3 years.
Yeah, and it's crazy. That's why we're doing the show because
That's when the show started. Yeah.
yeah. Remember, I would see. It's a crazy thing. I would see him.
Yeah. We saw him.
He would be at the hospital
Yeah.
with him and his mom, and I would come visit my mom.
Yeah.
And I would
Oh,
see
I
him.
remember that. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That felt like
that's-
yesterday.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then they were both kind of dealing with stuff together. And then she passed, and she told me this crazy story about how we got here from Vietnam, like leaving war-torn Vietnam, a small fishing boat, just me and my 3 siblings alone.
He was on the boat.
I was on
baby.
the boat, so I was
The
like,
baby that was on the
I got to
boat.
honor my mom by telling the first story. So that's where Blessed Boulder started, season 1, Roots. I just shared my mom's story of how we got here from Vietnam and almost died. And then now we're like evolving into to what it is now, and I want to carry on her legacy. And so thanks for being vulnerable, opening up, and, you know, finding strength and just sharing. And a lot of people out there can really relate, you know, that you got through it. Now you're
Look at
thriving
you
and
guys.
father and
Yeah.
you know, successful restaurant, and they can get to it too, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And, you know, again, I'm going to say this again in season 1 and season 2. And the reason why I'm here with Blessed Boaters is because I want to, you know, we want to be able to appreciate our roots,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and where we came from. And that's why we have all the opportunities we have today is because of those sacrifices that has happened in the past through our ancestors, through our parents, through everything. And that's why we're here to enjoy and also share and inspire others as well. So that's why we're here at Blessed Boaters.
Thank you.
Yeah. But,
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Standing on
Thank
their-
you for sharing.
And
Standing on the
thanks for
shoulder of
giving us
giants.
this platform to do so.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah, for sure.
goosebumps everywhere. I'm sorry, you guys. I just get these goosebumps.
Well, I know that was a difficult time for Dara, and I think that's one thing that really brought us together. Not just that incident, but just our life stories. And I know everything about his life. He knows everything about mine.
Yeah.
And I think that's something about us that has made us stronger as a team.
Yeah, when you're-
Brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
When
It's
you're in
just
the
not just
trenches
friends,
with
yeah.
somebody, you know, like going through the mud, you really bond together, you
Yeah.
know, because you
Yeah,
guys
so-
help each other get through it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how about you? You have any challenging life experience you'd like to share? That
I would say probably for me, I think 2018 was a tough year for me. It was the day, I think it was a Tuesday that we were supposed to go and get medical clearance to take my mom back to Vietnam. And then that Monday night, she had a stroke.
Oh,
And
gosh.
that was something that kind of tore me apart. I didn't think that she was going to wake up ever. So I was in the ER with her for several weeks. After that, she finally woke up, but never really fully recovered.
Yeah.
And I just remember at that time, I was like, damn, I wish I could just, when you're out, when you're younger, you get phone calls from mom. You're like, oh, I don't want to pick up. And I'm like, shit, man, I'd do anything just to get a phone call from her again.
Yeah.
Took a while, but I think what it taught me is just to appreciate time more, to be more present. And now, my days are pretty well planned out. I mean, we get little stuff that hiccups here and there, but for the most part, I at least get to see her every day, which is in itself is a blessing. Because for me, I had lost her already, and I think that was kind of like the catalyst that kind of turned things around for me as a person.
Oh, God.
sure.
Thank you for sharing that.
That's
You guys
probably,
getting me all watery eyed.
Yeah, it's a deep episode.
That's my fear.
All 5 of us, I think,
Yeah.
the most supportive. We were all raised by supportive moms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the mom is the one constant that all 5 of us has.
Yeah.
How about your dad? Was he in the picture growing up, or?
Yeah, Dad was amazing.
Okay.
I think he used to
Everyone knows
he
Dad.
used to make fun of Dara all the time.
Oh, okay. So okay.
But he's been God bless. He's been gone 10 years now. He's down at Gethsemane in Federal Way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we come there every now and then. I still say the Lord's Prayer, 3 Hail Marys for him every day. So, but he's an amazing figure.
Moral of the story: pick up the phone calls from mom and dad.
Yes.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I lost both my parents 3 or 4 years ago, and
That
I
must
tell
be
my
tough, man.
friends, like, dude, your parents still around, man, go spend time with them.
Yeah.
You never know, and we're all getting older. Like, that's the cycle of life we all sign up for. We're all parents also, and one day, we're gonna get to that age, and our kids better just spend some good time with us.
I remind them
never
all the
know,
time. Like, Mama's
Yeah.
not going to live forever,
Yeah. It's
so.
like probably at our stage in life now, we're probably going to more funerals than we are weddings and
Yeah.
baby showers.
For real.
And that's
so so
that
much.
sucks.
Yeah.
But that's a fact.
Wow. Turning pain to power. Trying our best.
That just took the heart.
I
It's
don't
like, I'm
know-
like, where am I now? Where
I
am
don't know
I
how
at
to.
now?
I don't even know how to ask the next question now. It's like,
No, but again, with that being said, I mean, what are the beauties about business? We've been talking about like the downfalls, the challenges and stuff. Like, what is like the beauties of it and the enjoyment of building this empire that you guys are building? I mean, what would you guys like to share? Like, what do you guys
Being
love
able
about the
to do
business?
it with friends. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
best
There you go.
part.
Yeah. Amen.
To us, it's not even business most of the times because
Yeah.
it just feels like we're hanging out and just have better things to talk about now. Yeah, it's been great. Like taking shots while we're doing the work that we need to do. So,
partying in the restaurant, making money,
Guilty
counting
as
the money
charged.
together. Yeah. My family growing up, me and Richie, my brother John,
Yep.
we're kind of like entrepreneur by nature, but all my sisters are very conservative. They took like regular 9-to-5 job, career corporate stuff. But seeing my parents be entrepreneurs growing up, because they didn't have a choice. Like they came over with no education, no money, and so they had to open restaurants, catering businesses, landscaping businesses.
Jeez.
So naturally, I became entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How about you? Did your parents pave a path for entrepreneurship like that in front of you, so you took the same path, or how did you guys get into entrepreneurship, kind of?
I mean, for me, I think it was just I was always working. I remember when I was 14, some guy pulled up on a van on me and was like, a minivan was like, hey, you want to go sell some candy?
Oh, no way.
I was like, can I make some money?
you're a damn good
Yeah,
salesman.
so I hopped in. We went door to door, sold candy every single week. I was making a couple $100 a day.
He didn't have you sit
Oh,
on
candy. Oh,
He
candy.
didn't-
Like literally
he
candy.
didn't have
not
you-
yeah, like real
other
candy.
candy.
No,
I was thinking like the other, because no one pulled up in a white van.
Yeah, did he
like-
have you sit on his lap or anything either? Or?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay. So actual candy. Okay, got it.
Yeah, actual candy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
like Snicker bars and
Yeah.
you know.
It's the same lady. I did that in the housing
lady.
project.
Oh,
She
did you?
put up on me,
Oh,
a
shit.
lady in the minivan.
Did you go?
And we always, yeah, I hopped in.
Hell yeah, you
But I
did.
had to sit on her lap though.
No
yeah,
way.
Yeah, she did. But she gave me extra candy
But why
when
did
I
she
sat on
make
her
you
lap.
cry?
I was just joking. No, I didn't sit on her lap.
oh.
I was gonna say at least it was a lady. Mine was a guy.
Gosh.
So
No, I went and sold candy
Oh.
bars, like door to door, hustle
Yeah.
all day. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, made like $15 or something.
That's a good hustle.
that's
You think
good.
about-
bro,
think
you're
about it
underpaid.
then. Yeah.
You were underpaid. $15.
Candy
I was like
bars
10
at that
years
time
old.
were 25 cents. You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
selling how much were you selling?
$5 a
$5?
box.
What is that, like several thousand%?
Yeah, they made like 90% on us, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
that's your first
I
taste of
actually remember.
entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I actually remember one house. It was like a hot day. It was like 90 degrees. And like I went to his house. I was knocking on the door. Ended up selling him a few boxes of candy. And I was like, "Hey man, I'm so thirsty. Can I have some water?" He's like, "The nerve of you to come to my door,
Oh, God.
sell me candy, and ask for water. I'll give you some water though." So
Oh.
it was just like learning to be out there. And then after that, I got to answer your question. After that, I got a job at a bank and worked 9 to 5. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I want a little more freedom to be able to do what I want. And that's when I got into mortgage lending
Nice.
and being able to build a team and grow that as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. That's awesome.
What about you, Khan?
We had all these dreams and aspirations growing up, and I was at Seattle University getting my marketing degree. So I was gonna maybe go into law, whatever it was, and then actually Fu at that time. Fu was a loan officer, and so Fu was like, "Hey, Con, we need a real estate agent." I said, "Okay, I'll be a real estate agent."
Okay.
So I did that, and I think everything works the way it is. Growing up with mom and dad always being out of the going to the doctors, out of hospitals, I had a 9 to 5. There was no way I would have kept it.
Yeah.
So I think God has His way of opening doors for you that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and I've been doing that since through the short sales, through the everything else. But
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
been fun.
You're doing it
That's
well.
awesome.
You're doing it well. And
Thanks,
you know,
Ryan.
like our generation, we're all second generation. Like who is not an entrepreneur that are, like all of our parents had to come over. Either you're going to be washing dishes or you're going to start a business. And they're all like, I want better for my family, so I'm going to take a chance and start a business. So,
Oh, no.
so all of us got to see all their success and failures, and then that inspired us to, get farther than where they got. And that's what I say.
Yeah.
We're standing on the shoulder of giants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to the parents out there.
Amen.
And so
Go
let me
ahead.
ask you something.
Yeah, what?
Okay. Knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Oh. Dara's like, I should have sold more candy bars so I could get the special bonus to go to Disneyland at the end of the year.
Bro, he took us to Disneyland. No.
Oh,
You got to go Disneyland?
We went to
Oh my
Disneyland,
God.
and I was
Wait.
talking to a friend about it, and he was like,
the guy, the
guy that
van
was-
guy.
the
The
Oh.
van
Oh.
guy. Yeah, that was their
And-
bonus at the end of the year. You sell all the candy bars, you go Disneyland.
Hey, so
wow.
we
We
did
did
a
have to
whole-
share a
was
bed
this a whole
with him,
collective?
but-
I think it was like what was it called?
Chain?
It's a group. It's a different
Like
organization
a
that
chain,
works
a franchise, a chain, or what? What is this?
underground black market candy
I don't
bar
know.
sales or
Yeah.
something.
Anyway, so you did go to Disney.
"Oh
Disney.
yeah, I
oh, wow.
went." I told one of my friends, and he was like, "Wait, your mom let you go to Disneyland with some guy?"
I know, that's
But,
weird.
I mean, it was a group of people, so we had a good time.
I didn't
Oh,
get to go
that's
to
nice.
Disneyland. I didn't sell no
You
candy
didn't-
bars.
you're just selling up
I was
candy.
eating them on the corner. I'm like, man, I'm hungry, man. I didn't bring no water, and I didn't bring no lunch. I'm eating these candy bars.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, back to the questions.
Okay.
16-year-old self. What would you tell your 16-year-old self now with that? Everything that you guys know now. What would you tell your 16-year-old self?
I would tell them, bro, you got this, man. It's gonna be a lot of ups, gonna be a lot of downs, but you'll figure this shit out. You know, enjoy your parents while they're here, because they're not gonna be around forever, and have fun. Like, I wish I would have gone and lived somewhere else. I'd be like, go fucking move
Yeah,
somewhere else,
yeah.
like Europe for a year,
Yeah.
California, Hawaii for a year or two, and come back.
Experience life a little
Yeah,
bit more.
I was kind of sheltered. I just stayed here.
Yeah.
So
Stay
that's
here
what
where
I
you're
tell
comfortable.
myself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys are gonna be doing, I know it's gonna be hot. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hot, you guys. It's gonna be
Come
great.
by after this. we got some.
We will.
We
got
got
some
some
drinks
Hennessy over
ready.
there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you got some
Oh my
shots
gosh.
ready.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
okay, so how can the audience find out more about Saigon Drip, and what's the address of it?
Saigon Drip is in Pioneer Square. It's 161 South Washington Street, Seattle, Washington, 98104. You can also find us online at SaigonDripCafe.com and also on Instagram at Saigon Drip Cafe.
Okay.
All right, well,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Thank you guys. So thank you so much for dropping the drip.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
Had a
so
great
much for
time.
having us.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
And that's a
Appreciate
wrap.
it.
So why is it so important, Ringo?
Oh, we got a big mission out there. There's so much great talent around. We got to put that talent out and showcase it on the world stage. And that's what Blessed Boaters is about. Come with us on the mission. We can't do it alone. We need your support.
Turning pain into power, inspiring and uplifting. Our mission is to do something real big, Ringo.
Real big.
Real big. We are giving away 100 or building 100 homes, free homes, all across Asia. And we cannot do this alone. We need your help. We need you to join the journey with us. If you resonate with this and you want more information about Blessed Boaters, click on the description below or look at the description below. Follow us on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and podcasts. Is that right, Ringo?
That's right.
Join us and have a blessed day.